another thing I seen, a lot of things going on in New York, right? A lot of stuff going on in New York. Now this is something else I seen. Let's see what's going on here.
Torelli is at the 149th Street station with more on the new measures in place to protect riders. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, ladies. That incident happening on the 4 train on Tuesday evening. Now, police tell us that a 17-year-old girl, well, she hopped on the subway over at the 161st Street station. That's when they say a man approached her and slashed her in the face. Now, we have a look at that suspect. I want you to take a good look at your screen here. Do you recognize this man? Police say he slashed that 17-year-old girl on her left cheek at around 4:43 p.m. on Tuesday and ran off. Now, once she arrived here at the 149th Street station, she was taken to...
So now this is the one thing, right? Now, I'm in Philly from Philly, right? In Philly, like not to say that a 17-year-old girl is going to carry a gun, but it's if you don't have a criminal record, you can get your license to carry here. You know what I mean? And I noticed like in New York, is next to impossible probably for you to get your license to carry in New York. But I wonder, do the criminals know that? That's my point. Do the criminals know criminals in New York? Now I'm using New York specifically because I'm talking about New York right now. Like I said, I'm in Philly from Philly. In New York, I wonder because I noticed there's a lot of random crimes. In Philly is like targeted crimes, right? It's targeted crimes to people who they know are victims. Now this would be the same, but just in general, I'm wondering that do criminals in New York do stuff because they know people don't they know you can't really carry a gun like that. They know that it's hard to carry a gun because in Philly, if I see somebody try to set me on fire, pretty much, you know, we're going to shoot his ass on fire. You know what I mean? So, like I said, in Philly, you got to if I got a license to carry, I see somebody try to set me on fire, I'm definitely shooting them. Now, I don't know if that would make the difference in New York, but I know it's a lot of like slashings and stabbings. These slashings and stuff like that, people pulling out pocket knives and all that. I don't really hear about that in Philly like that. I don't really like the butter knife axe murderers and all that. I don't really hear about that in Philly like that because it's easy to carry a gun in Philly, right? Now I'm just saying that because we're right near New York. You know what I mean? I've been to New York. It's an hour away at nighttime. You drop there at nighttime, take you like an hour or 10 minutes. New York is not far away from Philly, but the gun laws are different. It's easier to get a gun in Pennsylvania. You get your license to carry, go to the gun shop, bam, you got a gun, right? But stuff like this. Now, this is a 17-year-old girl. We don't expect her to have a gun, but these brazen criminals just walking up to women and just doing stuff to them, right? Because I'm gonna tell you now, in Philly, I'm gonna tell you what happens in Philly, right? What happens in Philly, if you go to the Philadelphia Police's website, let's look at now. Obviously, this was a young lady, right? If you go, every time I see one of these dudes trying to do something to a lady in Philly, the people that they're doing this to don't really be from the hood. Let's just say that, right? Let's just say that because the sisters in Philly got the pocketbook rocket. You know what I'm saying? So the sisters in Philly be having a pocketbook rocket. So these little weirdos like this right here, they don't really try these Philly chicks like that. Not unless it's somebody they know that they don't got a gun. Now this is my real observation, right? Like I said, New York, you can't. It's harder for anybody men, women, anybody that get a license to carry like that, right? But I know a bunch of chicks in Philly where these little weirdos trying to do stuff like they're gonna get shot ASAP. You know what I mean? And you can go pull up videos. I got plenty of videos with women smoking dudes in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Shooting them, trying to do this little weirdo stuff. So this guy right here, he walked up. Now the girl was 17. Everything I said about, the women with the gun in the pocketbook, I don't expect a 17-year-old to do that, right? But I'm just saying the difference between Philly and New York. Because I notice in New York, it's a lot of little like dudes pulling knife, dudes walking up to women, punching them, and all this and that, versus like Philly, where one of these chicks will kill you. You know what I mean? Quick, fast. So maybe New York needs to they need to get those laws right. So maybe New York needs to get those laws right. So let's go to the next thing, right? Let's go to the next thing. So I don't know what's going on in New York. It's a lot of different things going on in New York. Now, the one thing I did see, this is the one thing that I did see. What the hell is going on at Chipotle, right? Now, I'm not putting Chipotle on the spot, right? Leave a comment below. How many of y'all go to Chipotle? What do you get from Chipotle? I eat Chipotle probably about 3 times a week. You know what I mean? I go there about 3 times a week.